Hello, everybody. We're here with Bonato synthesizers, and we are Groove Synthesis, the makers of the third wave. And the third wave 24 voice, which is over here to your right, is the original keyboard. This is 24 voices, 4 parts. Same thing with the module over there, 24 voices, 4 parts. But now what we're showing you today is the third wave 8M. The 8M is 8 voices, 2 parts. So the much more accessible version of the same thing, however. And what do I mean by same thing? These are patch compatible. So they will sound identical up to the first 2 parts. It's got the same 2140 analog filters in it. It's got the same analog outputs. You've got a pair of them out here in the back. Everything else is the same, but 8 voices, 2 parts. This will be out in July, and it's going to have a retail price of $19.99, so considerably less than its big brother. But you will get the same audio out of this and the same patch compatibility, just less of it. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that you're going to get stuff like this. There's my love of erasure. That's like Vince Clarke doing it with wavetables. And you're going to get stuff like this. So you've still got, again, wavetables. These are examples that I'm playing you here of user wavetables. So this is audio that you can put into the machine, and we will make a wavetable for you. And to make that a little bit more concrete, which some of you have already heard us do these before, there's me saying the words groove synthesis into it. It's not a sample. It's actually the words groove synthesis analyzed and made into a wavetable. You can also do, as a starting point, all of the original PPG stuff. So these are factory patches from the original, or virtual audio patches from the original. Virtual music, I shouldn't have said that. Virtual music in Austria, they still will service your original PPG. And this is a factory patch from the original PPG. This is factory patch 31. Now, what is different about this guy than its big brother is you've got less controls, a bigger screen. So if I'm over here on the wavetable section, on the oscillator section, excuse me, you will see that now all of the oscillator controls that you can possibly have are laid out here on one screen. You've got 6 encoders to manipulate those. So I can change my wavetable right here, but I can also do it manually as though I'm doing a performance live, and you can see I'm changing it right there as well. So you've got the oscillator controls. If I grab the filters, you've got all of your filter controls, cutoff, resonance, etc. You've got the envelopes. So all of this is performance oriented. You can do all this here, but things like the mod matrix, the LFOs, the effects, those come in on the screen, and you can see, though, you still got everything laid out. Hit a button, now we're on to effect 1, or effect 2 rather than effect 1. So that is all available to you. Bigger screen, less controls, but all the controls that you would want if you were going to do some kind of a performance or sound design. In addition to the PPG wavetables, the user wavetables, it's got analog. I will actually go out here. You can hear probably a Vangelis track, maybe, that people will recognize here. So there's a CS80 type of a sound. So this has got 3 oscillators of analog as well. This will also do FM on any of these. And then finally, it will do, just like its big brother, sampling. So if I come down here we've got just samples. So that's an sampled kit along with an analog snare. This is another example where we are doing, that is a transient, like what you'd get on a D50, and it's downsampled correctly so that you save as much space, and it's got, of course, a wavetable added in after it to make that sound. If I come to the next guy here, this one you probably won't even recognize as a sample. This is a polychord mixed with a wavetable, mixed with an analog sound, going all at the same time. So, and it's only using, well no, this one is using 2 parts. I stand corrected. So if you're using 2 parts with this, it's 8 voice, it goes down to 4 voices. However, a very similar program, I'm gonna play you this guy right here. This is 1 part. So this is 1 part, again, with polychords and sampling and everything. And yes, I'm sorry, that one's pretty loud, yes. But then you can do all your bread and butter type of sampling as well. So anybody like Usher out there? So there you go. This is a patch where we've got just, that's a sine wave basically, or sine waves, multiples of them. And then on the other part, we've got the samples. So there you go. If we go to some of these other ones, these are again examples. Very analog patch with fifths going, but you've got samples behind it. So you can mix and match whatever you want with this. Again, patch compatible with everything over here, and you are getting basically the third wave experience for a much lower price, with the limitation of 8 voices and 2 parts, but you can hear that you can play just about everything with it. I'll end with this one. This is one of my favorites here. This one's crazy. This is samples and a synthesizer patch. There you go. Hopefully that's not clipping you. Okay. And then last but not least, this is one of our great sound designers, Kurt Kurosaki, did for us. And you'll hear that this thing is exponentially speeding up as it goes. So now we're playing with a little bit of samples, a little bit of normal oscillators, and exponentially shaped LFOs, where we're modulating the LFO with another LFO to make it speed up or slow down. So at any rate, the point here is you're getting the third wave experience in an 8 voice package with 2 parts. This will be out in July, and it's going to be $19.99. And thank you guys for coming to take a look at it.